Hey guys, I want to cover the election coming up, and I have gone through and looked at some possibilities. Um, as you know, I am GOP, so I got to cover the GOP people. So I'm only going to cover the people that have someone running against them. And with that in mind, think about this. If you're a young person and you don't like your choices, get in one of your groups. Become a Democrat or Republican and get on that list to run for any office that doesn't have opposition. Say, oh, they didn't have opposition last round. I'm going to go vote. I'm going to go run in that spot this time. There's an opportunity for you to get a job doing something for your state, doing something for your country. That's in the long run. If you make the right moves, it can benefit you as a person who wants to just go and quit doing that and go work somewhere else. If you help develop some of the rules, then you can change the game that you're going to live the rest of your life in. Just think about that. We've got Donald Trump. That's the person we got as our option. If you don't want Donald Trump, put in one of the people that quit. Send that message. You know what? Or maybe you do like Donald Trump, but you want to say, hey, you know what? I really like to see Ron DeSantis as a VP, or I'd like to see Vivek Ramaswamy as a VP, or I'd like to see, or I would like to see Kristi Noem as a VP. If there's a write-in option, maybe you could write that in. Maybe you could pick Nikki Haley. Just write in one if there's a write-in slot, or pick one that dropped out if you don't want to pick Donald Trump, or if you want to send him a message of who you want as a VP. That's my opinion. Maybe that'll help him make a decision that makes you feel more comfortable with the possibility that he becomes president again. I'm not too nervous about him becoming president again. We didn't have any wars when he was president. Everybody's making good money. We didn't have the inflation that we had since Biden took over. The inflation's gone through the roof, but we kind of knew it was going to go up because of COVID. But there were a lot of decisions that were made at the end of Donald Trump's term and at the beginning of Biden's term that are causal to inflation and causal to us having to stay home. When you make people stay home without money, in the long run, you're affecting everybody's earnings. The GDP across the United States got screwed up because of the decisions they made. And Biden's all happy about it because every year he can say, oh, I put all these people back to work. I'm like, yeah, you really can't count people that were working before the pandemic as, oh, I put these people back to work. When the economy gets back, when the society gets back to where people are working more like normal. But a percentage of those I'll give you, because there's a percentage of those that would have never happened, if the economy didn't go a certain way. So, I think Biden's major flaw with the economy is the border. His border ethics are real bad. It's like he's trying to make up for being a racist by letting everybody and their brother come across the border. Now that he's old. See, I wasn't a racist. I let people come from Mexico, from a whole bunch of other countries through Mexico. No, that doesn't make you a racist. That doesn't make you not a racist. That makes you dumb. Everybody needs to come here in a orderly fashion that wants to come here. I think we have some adjustments we need to do for sure. And our border was a lot more secure when Donald Trump was in office. And, that's definitely something that there's too many Americans that have died for no reason, just because of that border. Now, let's cover a couple other people. we got Frank LaRose. He helped get our e-poll books funded, helped make the elections more secure in Ohio, and he's running for Senate. He's been slandered by some people supporting Bernie Moreno, who is a rich businessman. He had a businessman who had a rich family. But I will not support Bernie Moreno because of that person supporting him who slandered Frank LaRose, who is a veteran, a former Green Beret, Bronze Star winner in Iraq, and he's an advocate for voting enhancements to make the elections more secure and more accessible. So Frank LaRose, acceptable. We have another person that's running for the same Senate slot, Matt Dolan. Matt Dolan is the chairman of the Ohio Senate Finance Committee. He has a significant number of awards from a number of organizations. He might be the guy to crack down on spending in Congress or in the Senate, I mean. So either one, Frank LaRose is going to be for us, Matt Dolan going to be for us. Both good options from what I can tell. Now, next up is the District 9 representative. I don't know if that's Ohio or if that's federal, but this is the next big one we have. We got Derek Marin. This guy has done all kinds of stuff, repealing tax after tax after tax. Epinephrine Accessibility Act, that's your liquid adrenaline for people like get bee stings and they could die. HB 118 for homeowners to challenge their property values. Again, more tax things. This guy has done so much for Ohio. I think, honestly, from what I read, he's really the only choice for District 9 rep. I'm just going to endorse him. Now, next up, we got D2 Central Committee. D2 Central Committee, we have two really old ladies running for the female slot. And we got two guys running. Timothy Brentlinger is the only one that created a campaign website. And Joshua Culling is endorsed by the Young Republicans, which tells me that he does some networking and he's helped work with some people. I don't know which one of these people to vote for. I'm not moved in any way, particularly, but it was nice that at least Mr. Brentlinger created a website. I wish more people who are running for these slots created websites, or at least created a campaign page for people to read, so that we could understand, what have you done for Ohio? What have you done for the United States? Where are you planning on doing in the future? Brentlinger laid out, what his focal points are, but there's no history. And then Joshua Culling has got no website, no history, but at least he's endorsed by the Young Republicans. What I see a lot of in a lot of these instances is you have all these people who are running for all these slots unopposed. So it seems like they think, oh, we don't need to do any more work. That's a lazy way to campaign. I'm going to just say that. America deserves more. The GOP deserves more. Go out and create, you can put a page together about who you are and what you've done and, how you're going to take this experience of yours. At least give us a memorandum of, I'm going to take my experience of leadership and turn this into something here. Something. Give us something to grab onto so we can say, yeah, this guy, he's got some really good plans. And give us a 5-year plan. Maybe the position is only 2 years long. Give us a 5-year plan anyway. What do you want to do in the next 5 years? Give us that. I really like to see you guys do a little more to bring in your audience. Like Vivek went out and he was all over the map. That guy was working hard, and he went out there and he was meeting people everywhere he could and getting people interested in politics, and he dealt with some really confrontational people in an amazing way. But I would just like to see you guys do some more videos or something to make the taxpayer have some interest, have some skin in the game if you're going to play the game. So, last thing I want to talk about is issue 8. Issue 8 is a 1 mil tax levy. That's $35 per 100. It is a mental health / addiction levy. I don't know exactly what they're going to do, but Lord knows we need some mental health assistance in Ohio and several other states. I mean, you can walk into Walmart almost any time of the day and you know we need some mental health assistance in Ohio and several other states. I mean, Walmart's a tell-all. There's probably several other stores where it's like that, but I mean, it's real obvious in Walmart. I mean, really obvious. So anyway, that's all I got. You guys have a good night.